As soon as the prey falls, the hyena's hoarse laughter echoes from the bushes. But when the victim remembers, who will ultimately pay the price? A blatant robbery. When a pack of hyenas steals the fruits of a wild dog's labor. Amidst the vast savannas of Africa, where the sun scorches the earth and the wind carries the scent of dry dust and decaying corpses, survival is never a given. Here, each day is a bargaining chip with hunger, thirst, and lurking predators. Every run, every bite must be exchanged for food, otherwise, hunger will come before the next dawn. In that world, wild dogs are symbols of efficiency, hunting in packs, coordinating precisely, and rarely failing. But here, another cruel rule exists. Those who don't hunt can still thrive. Because when the prey falls, it's not just the victor watching. In the surrounding bushes, other eyes were waiting, ready to rob. The morning on the steppe began not with a roar, but with a suffocating silence. The air vibrated slightly from the heat rising from the ground, distorting the horizon. This was the most dangerous time of day, when hunger compelled the predator to act, but the sun wasn't high enough to conceal any mistake. The pack of wild dogs moved low to the ground, spreading out like perfectly placed puzzle pieces. They didn't even dare breathe heavily or make any other sound, as if even the slightest noise would disrupt the hunt. Only their eyes constantly scanned the sea of dry grass, searching for a moment of weakness. They didn't target the strongest. They waited for the slowest. A young antelope separated from the pack by half a step. Just half a step, but on the step, that was enough to decide its fate. The leader of the pack of wild dogs changed direction. Two other individuals immediately turned, forcing the prey away from their protective formation. The chase began. Not a brief burst of speed, but a relentless wear and tear. The wild dogs weren't in a hurry to bring it down. They ran to wear down the prey's energy, each step making its legs feel heavy as stone. Rapid breathing mingled with a pounding heartbeat. The prey began to lose its rhythm. A slip, a change of direction half a second slower. And that was the moment everything collapsed. The bites weren't aimed at finishing, but at holding. The individuals coordinated coldly, dragging the prey down into the open field. Just a few moments later, all fell silent. The prey collapsed. The pack of wild dogs stood around, panting, their body heat still rising in the early morning sun. They didn't pounce on the meal immediately. Instinct and experience compelled them to wait, because on the savannah, the moment after taking down prey is rarely a safe moment. And just as the smell of blood began to spread on the hot wind, the silence was broken. hoarse, guttural sound rose from the bushes, the laughter of hyenas. One emerged at the edge of the clearing, standing still, its eyes fixed on the still warm carcass. Then a second, a third. They appeared scattered, forming a wide arc that slowly closed in. The pack of wild dogs instantly tensed. Their gazes shifted from the prey to the newcomers. This wasn't a random encounter. They were all scented with the bounty. The hyenas advanced slowly, circling as if assessing the situation. A young wild dog let out a low growl, a final warning. The only response was louder laughter. They didn't need to charge. They just needed to stand there, in sufficient numbers, for long enough. And when a feint forced the pack of wild dogs to focus all their attention forward, a tiny gap appeared in the protective circle around the carcass. Hyenas never miss opportunities like that. The hyena immediately lunged forward. The pack of wild dogs reacted instantly. Trying to pull the other one away from the spoils. But the hyena wasn't alone. In a few seconds of chaos, the hyena prevailed. The balance tipped. The hyena began to eat, without hesitation. They stood on the spoils, gnawing greedily, as if it rightfully belonged to them. The pack of wild dogs retreated to the periphery, barking fiercely, lunging in and then recoiling. Not close enough to reclaim it, but not yet giving up. On the savannah, this is the most brutal moment of survival. The one who sheds blood watches while the thief eats. And if it had ended there, the hyena would have won completely. But this game wasn't over yet. Recklessness at this moment meant suicide. The wild dogs understood that very well. They disappeared into the sea of grass, scattering and rejoining at a distance, just enough to avoid being pursued. From afar, eyes still gazed at the feeding ground, not to steal back, but to remember. Who was eating? Where was they eating? And with whom were they eating? Wild dogs don't have fixed territories like lions. But they have the memory of a wandering predator. Remembering every path, every clearing, every one of their thieves. There are debts on the savannah that don't need to be collected immediately. The savannah doesn't forget. It just waits for the changing seasons. After the theft, the hyena pack entered the most important period of the year, the breeding season. Not just one female, but many in the pack became pregnant at the same time, led by the alpha female. In hyena society, power belonged to the females. And when those in power simultaneously carried a new generation, the entire pack was drawn into immense pressure. More mouths to feed were about to be born. More dens needed to be protected. And more hunting trips had to take place, despite the increased risks. Hyenas become more aggressive and reckless, not because they are stronger, but because they have no other choice. Each time they leave their den, they leave behind their unborn cubs. Each time they return, they need to bring enough food to maintain order in a society where power is constantly challenged. On the other side of the savannah, wild dogs also breed. But unlike hyenas, the burden doesn't fall on a few individuals. The entire pack shares the task of foraging and protecting the young. And while hyenas become increasingly attached to familiar areas, wild dogs, the wandering predators, begin to remember every trace. Who leaves the den most often? Who returns along the same path? And which gang has the most to lose? No one seeks immediate revenge. Only patient observation, because on the savannah, When many females are pregnant at the same time, the entire pack is most vulnerable. Late afternoon descended upon the prairie. A female hyena appeared at the edge of a familiar clearing, separated from the pack on a short foraging trip. Her belly heavy with pregnancy, her steps slower than usual. She was unaware that she had entered territory that the others remembered so well. From the tall grass, a pack of wild dogs emerged simultaneously. This was not a hunt. This was a reckoning. They fanned out in an arc, cutting off all escape routes in a matter of breaths. The hyena turned and roared, trying to lunge in resistance. But its heavy body slowed each turn by a beat that was enough. The attacks weren't rapid, but precise. The whole pack joined in, giving the hyena no chance to stand firm or escape. In an instant, its strength drained away. The hyena fell, struggling to get up before collapsing again in the sand. Its breathing was heavy. Its eyes were open, but its body no longer obeyed commands. The pack of wild dogs stopped. No more bites. No finishing blow. They watched for a few seconds, then turned and left, silently, neatly, as if the job was done. Behind them, the female hyena lay in the open field, injured. Exhausted, no longer able to follow the pack or defend herself. On the savannah, It was a verdict that needed no pronouncement. The revenge was taken, with the cold silence of those who never forgot. On the savannah, there is no justice, no forgiveness, only the predator's memory. And debts are always repaid when the opponent is weakest. If you want to continue following the most brutal confrontations of the wild world, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode.
Where the ground shakes under the footsteps of the rulers. The throne is not for the weak. When there is only one juicy prey, can the power of the lion's pack keep the throne? Who truly rules this harsh savannah? Wild battle. Hyenas versus lions for the crown. The Serengeti, spanning over 30,000 kilometers, is one of the most life-rich ecosystems on the planet. It is home to over 1.5 million wildebeest, hundreds of thousands of zebras, and a host of predators. The rainy season turns the dry grass into endless green carpets, while the dry season turns the land into a sea of burning dust. This is a fierce battlefield, where life and death are only a breath apart. In the wild savannah, the lion has always been the ultimate symbol of strength and authority. In the Serengeti, an adult male lion can weigh up to 200 kg. With a thick mane that protects against fatal bites. Its sharp teeth generate a bite force of about 650 psi, enough to take down prey in a matter of seconds. But strength is not everything. What makes this big cat powerful is its unity. Unlike leopards or cheetahs, lions are the only big cats that live in prides, an organized organization. A pride usually consists of a few males, many females and cubs, lionesses. Female warriors are the main hunters, working together to capture prey. Meanwhile, male lions are responsible for protecting their territory and maintaining power. and to survive, they always aim for the most familiar prey. Grassland zebras, reluctant companions in the circle of life and death. Black and white stripes run across their bodies. No individual is exactly the same. This is both an identification mark and a camouflage shield when the herd moves. In the eyes of the hunter, the herd becomes a wall of swirling patterns, making it difficult to choose a target. An adult zebra can reach speeds of up to 65 km/h, on par with a lion in a short distance. But its weakness is that its ability to maintain speed for a long time is not as good as that of a predator. When attacked, the herd often rushes in the same direction, creating chaos of sound and image. The powerful kicks can make the hunter wary. But with cubs, the speed is not enough. The experience is still lacking. They are easy targets. The sunlight shines down. In the tall grass, the lionesses lower their bodies, their eyes focused on the zebras that are busy grazing. The zebras are unaware of the danger approaching. Suddenly, the sound of hooves echoes. Dust flies up. A charge. And in a moment, just 1 second of losing your footing can cost you your life. Lions demonstrate the power of the rulers of the savannah. After the recent hunt, the lions feasted on zebras. But on the savannah, no trophy is completely safe. The smell of fresh meat quickly attracted opportunists. In the middle of the burning yellow grasslands of the Serengeti, the sultry air vibrated with wild, shrill, terrifying laughter. characteristic laughter of spotted hyenas. The predators always make the savannah alert. From afar, a pack of more than 24 approached, their ranks scattered but their eyes bright and calculating. Their sturdy bodies weighed up to 80 kilos, their high, hunched shoulders and their teeth had a biting force of more than 100 psi, enough to crush the bones of large buffalo. In contrast to lions dominated by males, hyena society operates according to a harsh matriarchy. Where the large females hold the supreme position, and power is passed from mother to daughter. The pack can number up to dozens, even hundreds of individuals, coordinating their hunts with perseverance. They do not rush like arrows, but persistently pursue until the prey is exhausted and then tear it to the bone. The hyena is not only a skilled hunter, but also a master of stealing prey and is ready to confront and challenge even the kings of the grasslands. The hyenas come in large numbers. They circle around the feeding lions, their shrill laughter echoing, creating invisible pressure. Every step closer is a challenge. The space is suffocating. The savannah turns into a tense battlefield, all eyes on the zebra carcass. A lion roars, pouncing on the approaching predator. The tight circle protects the prey, repelling opportunistic robbers. The hyenas are forced to disperse, leaving behind traces of the struggle. Although the lions keep most of the spoils, they also suffer a few more injuries. The price of protecting the throne on the savannah. When the chaos subsides, the pride gathers together. In the safe circle, the cubs toddle out of the grass. After the feast, there is a break. All around, the cubs roll around in the grass, play with their mother's tail, practice their naive pounces. They are only a few months old, but each movement is the first lesson in becoming future hunters. Lions have a year-round reproductive cycle, but the peak usually falls during the rainy season, when prey is abundant. After about 110 days of pregnancy, the female will give birth to 2 to 4 cubs. In the first days of life, the lion cubs are completely dependent on their mother, not yet opening their eyes. By the 3rd week, they begin to stagger in their mother's footsteps, integrating into the pride. In the pride, the survival of the cubs depends closely on solidarity. Lionesses can raise their cubs together, increasing their chances of survival. Only about half of the cubs survive the first year, the most vital years of their lives. A seemingly rare moment of peace. Far from the safe circle of the lion pride, other creatures are also surviving in their own way. On the savannah, the African ostrich walks slowly. Its tall figure stands out in the sea of yellow grass. With a height of more than 2.5 meters, weighing up to 150 kgs, they are the largest birds on the planet. Although they cannot fly, their giant legs can carry them at speeds of more than 70 km/h, faster than lions over long distances. The ostrich's kicks are enough to kill an unwary predator. But their most powerful weapon is their sharp eyes, up to 5 centimeters wide, larger than an elephant's eyes. They help detect danger from kilometers away. Therefore, many herds of antelope and zebra often travel with ostriches, taking advantage of this mobile lighthouse to quickly recognize predators. They are polygamous. The leading male usually has 3 to 5 females in his territory. Mating season takes place during the rainy season, when young grass covers the savanna. The male spreads his wings, lowers his head and sways his body in an elaborate dance to attract a mate. Once chosen, he and the main female build a simple nest. A nest can contain up to 20 eggs, each weighing more than 1.5 kg, the largest in the animal world today. The male incubates at night. Thanks to his black feathers that blend into the darkness, the female takes turns during the day, thanks to her grey-brown feathers that camouflage her in the grasslands. This optimizes the survival rate of the eggs in an environment full of predators. Ostriches, seemingly fragile, survive firmly thanks to their excellent adaptations, speed, vision, and reproductive instincts optimized by the season. They become symbols of natural balance, surviving in the savannah full of death. All paths of savannah survival eventually lead to water, and it is there that a nightmare awaits. On land, lions must be wary of the tenacity of hyenas, but in the water, another opponent, the most patient ambusher of the Serengeti. The Grumeti River, a vital branch of the Serengeti, flows through the arid grasslands. The water is calm, but below are ancient predators, the Nile crocodile. This is Africa's largest reptile, growing up to 5 meters long and weighing nearly 1 ton. Its body is covered with hard, horny scales. Its back is rugged with thick, armor-like skin. The Nile crocodile's teeth are one of the strongest on the planet, strong enough to crush the bones of a large buffalo or antelope in a split second. Their strategy is not based on sustained speed, but on absolute patience. They lie still, waiting for hours, even days. On their snouts are hundreds of tiny pressure sensors, so sensitive that they can detect the slightest ripple caused by the movement of their prey. When the prey bends down to drink, a lightning strike from below will turn a peaceful moment into a nightmare. The Nile crocodile is also famous for its extraordinary endurance. It can go without food for months after a big meal. When resting, it holds its breath underwater, waiting for the right moment without leaving a trace. During the breeding season, the female crocodile digs a sandpit on the riverbank to lay 25 to 80 eggs. For 3 months, she guards the nest, fighting off any intruders. When the eggs hatch, they make weak cries. Each baby is carried in the mouth, carried to the water, and begins a dangerous journey of survival. In the Serengeti ecosystem, the Nile crocodile is the king of the river. It regulates the number of herbivores crossing the river during the migration season, maintaining the fragile balance of the savannah. But for any species that comes close to the water's edge, it is always a nightmare. The ruthless predator of the river. On the wet ground near the Grumeti River, the dust has not yet settled after the lions hunted it. prey fell, becoming a precious trophy for the lions. The feast was about to begin. But at the water's edge, ripples spread out. A giant shadow moved silently. The ancient ambusher had smelled the feast. The male lion immediately charged forward. Finally, realizing that he could not win, the crocodile retreated heavily into the river. The water closed, leaving only faint ripples, as if no clash had ever happened. On the grassland, the throne was not only affirmed by the hunt, but also by the will to protect each bite of food from all challengers. When the evening shadow fell on the savannah, the bloody feast continued. But somewhere in the golden grassland, new dangers were still lurking, waiting for the right moment to enter the cycle of life and death. After the chaos by the river, the savannah gradually regained its rhythm. In the distance, the ground shook with dull waves. From the mist, a herd of African elephants emerges, slowly but majestically. Standing up to 4 meters tall and weighing over 7 tons, they are the largest land mammals on the planet. Their huge ears, shaped like a map of Africa, are not only an identification mark, but also a natural radiator. Each flap of their ears helps release the enormous amount of heat accumulated in their giant bodies. Their flexible trunk, containing over 40,000 muscle bundles, is a multi-purpose tool, pulling grass, breaking branches, sucking water, and even cuddling their young with strange tenderness. An adult elephant can eat up to 150 kgs of vegetation per day and drink over 180 liters of water. It is this habit that makes them ecological engineers. Every broken branch, every trail they create on the grasslands paves the way for countless other species to live. When the dry season comes, their strong tusks are also used to dig shallow wells, providing a water source for the herd and other species to coexist. African elephants are not predators, but they are one of the creatures that shape the savannah. They also communicate with low-frequency sounds that can be transmitted for kilometers, an invisible language that helps the herd communicate and stay connected in the vast savannah. They do not roar or show off their speed, but by their very existence they maintain the ecological circle, ensuring that the savannah never stops living. On the Serengeti, the lion holds the throne with strength and pack spirit. The hyena challenges with endurance and collective strategy. The crocodile rules the rivers with ruthless ambushes. And the African elephant, the silent engineer, creates the rhythm of life for the entire grassland. Even the seemingly indomitable buffalo must bow before its giant stature. Who do you think deserves to be king of the savannah? The lion, the hyena, or the crocodile? Leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, like and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next amazing moments from the wild.